everyone, welcome back to Curiosity, a ZADR fanfiction. Today we're finishing on, chapter 4. It is getting pretty damn hot where I am, so I'm hoping that you all are doing your best and staying cool as, this summer progresses. So, let's see, last time we left off with a call. Dib told the tallest, informed them about water, and they discovered its effects on their people. So, let's see how let's get reading, okay. After the call ended, Dib came out of the control room and walked upstairs. He went to his room, which was made for studying humans, and sat down at his desk in front of the window. He looked through the glass and stared through the neighbor's window. There was a short person playing with his dog. Dib squinted to see better. He wore human glasses and not his goggles. After a few seconds of him trying to see the human's face, he searched through the drawers next to him and found his goggles. He took off the glasses and contacts and put the goggles on. He cranked a little gear on the side of the band and it zoomed into the man. It took him a moment to figure out that it was someone familiar. That somebody was no other than Zim. Zim had stopped playing with his dog Gur and had started reading a book. It wasn't just any book. It was an engineering book. Do you think he might be into engineering? Dib asked himself. Dib's thoughts made him forget what he was supposed to be doing. Thoughts began to flood into his mind. Do you think he's good at building? Do you think he's good with technology? Maybe he can fix the ship, Dib thought to himself. He thought for a moment and shook his head. No, I still need more samples. Suddenly, Dib snapped back out of his thoughts and stepped away from the computer. He wanted to give Zim a gift as an apology for being rude to him earlier that day. However, Dib didn't know what to give him. Could he give him a wrench? No, he just thought that he'd be watching him. Maybe he could give him a piece of clothing? He was more likely to give him a small accessory, as it would be cheaper and faster to pick up from the stores. But before he would be able to give him any apology gift, he would have to wait for Zim to show that he has calmed down. Dib would also have to hang out with Red before, as Zim would be happier if he did. Dib went downstairs to do something, but ended up driving into some mall nearby. If he was going to buy Zim a gift, he would need to buy it before the perfect item is sold out. Dib got up from his car and got into the mall to start looking for what Zim would like. How did Dib get a car? He stole it. Anyways, Dib started to inspect every item in his sight. He passed by necklaces, bracelets, and even earrings. So far, he didn't see anything Zim would like. In fact, he felt like giving up after searching for about 2 hours. He walked into the exit, and right before he headed out, he finally chose something. Finally, he thought. He grabbed some wrapping paper and tape with it and walked into the checkout line. He waited until it was his turn to pay before paying for the items and walking out. Oh, I lost my spot. Dib was confident that Zim would love this. It looks like Zim would wear it a lot, so it wouldn't go to waste. As Dib got into his car and drove back to the base, he decided he wanted to see what human music is. He turned on the radio, and a song played. It was just a girl gasping for air every 2 seconds. What? Dib tried to get used to it and like it, but he just couldn't. He changed the radio station and another girl was talking and added a beat to it. Dib couldn't listen to it longer than Dib could listen to it longer than the Dying Girl song, but it got boring and he turned off the radio. The drive was done anyways, and his car was parked inside the garage. Dib walked back inside his house and set the gift on the table with the gift wrap and tape. He sat down and started to wrap the gift. He spent a short time covering the present, but it felt like a little longer for Dib. He messed up often because Gaz's background video game music startled him often. After hiding the box with the finished wrapping, Dib crossed his arms on the table and put his head down. He wasn't sleeping. He was just trying to make himself comfortable. The arms were going to be used as a pillow for Dib's quote-unquote massive head. Dib found the position comfortable when he had a lot of work to do, or when he finished a bunch of work. He sat there for a long time, being stationary and thinking. What was he thinking about? Science. Science and getting back to Urk. What would he do when he got back? After all, they had arranged for him to marry... Oh my god, what? Huh? Had they arranged for him to marry a medic, Gretchen. If he did not, he wouldn't become the tallest. He wouldn't become the tallest, and he might get kicked off the massive. Wow. He was forced to date Gretchen, but he was beginning to work as a scientist. Or when he was beginning to work as a scientist. In fact, the mission made it so he could get away from her. What if he just broke up with her? No, that wouldn't go well. After a few more hours of pondering, it was time for school again. You guys, you will not believe this. I messed up. I goofed up. I did a big turd. I took a turd and I took it on the floor. This story, actually, secret, ain't finished yet. I don't know what made me think it was. I genuinely have no idea. It doesn't say that it is. I don't know what I was thinking. It was last updated on April 23rd. So, I don't know what the chances are that this will be updated ever again. The latest comment was from 10 days ago, and that's from somebody wanting an update. So, I don't know what will happen with this. I realized this was a very short video as well. I don't want to put an ending out there in case this person's not done with the story. Like, they will come back to it. I don't want to, like, slap an ending on a story that might continue. So, I'm a bit of a pickle. I don't know what to do. So, I would also hate to just, okay, that's it. You know, maybe there'll be more later, maybe not. I would hate that. I don't want to leave you all hanging, but at the same time, I don't want to be putting my input where it doesn't need to be. So, I don't know what to do. So, let's compromise and just say that, they all live happily ever after. The end. All problems are solved, because of alien space magic. The end. I literally don't know what to do. I small brain. I have a small gay brain. Next time, okay, I will read the story before making these videos. You know what? This is a learning opportunity for all of us. You gotta take the bad with the good, but you gotta find the good within the bad, you know? This is a learning opportunity, and I've humbled myself, and I understand that things need to be different next time. So thank you all for understanding. if you liked this anyways, leave a like and a comment. I do love reading your comments. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.